All right. Welcome to FanCom TV. I am your host, AJ Francis. We're going to be doing a nice little interview program in which I'm going to help you get to know all the members of FanCom, all the players, so that you feel more comfortable talking to players that you do know, but as well as players that you may not know and you may not know their story. So I am joined today by the great Travis Johnson, a.k.a. Trap J, first-round pick out of Florida State by the Houston Texans. He also spent some time in his career with the Los Angeles Chargers. I got to ask about the 1,500-pound elephant in the room, Trap J. What was your immediate reaction when Darrell Langham caught that game-winning touchdown in Doak Campbell Stadium to take down the mighty Florida State Seminoles?
My heart sunk in my chest. I felt – you remember how it felt to get a concussion where you feel like copper in your mouth?
Yeah.
I feel like I was chewing on a penny. I mean, I wanted to throw up. I wanted to drink myself into a stupor. You name it, man. I had so many reactions. It just was – it hurt, man. It hurt. It hurt. Like, you know what? You know what I felt like? I felt like Coach Forrester felt that morning when he saw that video of him snorting them lines. When he saw that video and he knew his wife was about to see that video, that's how I felt when that touchdown got scored against us in the waning seconds.
Oh, man, yeah.
That's a sick feeling.
That is a horrible feeling. I don't ever want to know what that's like. Oh, man. All right, well, you see yourself as a smooth big man. I see myself as a smooth big man. What felt better? Was it your first NFL sack or your first NFL interception?
Oh, well, I got an interception. I never forget. I think it was Trent. Was it Trent Dilfer or not Trent Dilfer? It was wasn't Trent Green either. It was one of those mini Kansas City, huh?
One of them Trents.
One of the mini Kansas City quarterbacks at the time. And I remember it was we were playing Kansas City. Larry kind of leaked out the backfield. Larry Johnson, that is, kind of leaked out the backfield. And I ran on the field late because, I normally, because they had me as a run stuffer, it wouldn't allow me to rush the pass and really get jiggy with it like I wanted to because I played so many snaps against the run. But all
right, well, we're here to talk about FanCom. So my question to you is, who was your favorite NFL player growing up, and what would it have been like to be able to talk to them on a regular basis?
If I had to talk to them, it would have been epic. I mean, the fact that they would have been so attainable, I think, it would have been a good thing and a bad thing because I think, I strive to want to be like them so much that knowing that they were so far away, it was like I need to get. Like those social media sites of today, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, I can only imagine when I grew up, I loved Emmitt Smith, and I thought I was going to be a running back. I thought I had the feet for it, but but like looking back, it's crazy. If I could have been able to talk to him, how much different I would have looked at the game of football altogether. It's crazy to even consider it. But which FanCom? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, bro.
Who was the guy that when you saw they were added to the FanCom roster, you were like, that's who I want to talk football with?
And then, of course, my roommate, Brian McFadden. I mean, the fact that I'm able to, we're listen to him talk sports. That to me, takes it to a whole nother level for me.
Do you Which FanCom feature have you most enjoyed so far? Is it talking with the directly, the troll-free environment, talking ball with other players? Like, what is it?
I get to talk to a lot of guys that I would have never talked to, like on the phone or anything, and we can just chop it up sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's probably the greatest thing about it is when I look on my page, I see a message from you, I see a message from Brian, I see a message from Max, I see a message from Bob. You know, talking about the Steelers game the other day. That was great. You know what I mean? Because then I know B-Mac is going to respond. Max is going to respond. You know, when you go to talk about Denver, you know those guys are going to respond. So I think that's great. And I think these fans got to get on it because in a minute it's going to be so big to where it might – and watch players interact with no hate, no malice, no nothing, no controversy, and just talk ball, talk shop. I think that gives it a whole different platform than anything else.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. The last segment of the show, it's a segment I came up with. It's called 3 and Out. And what it's supposed to do is to put you on the hot seat. I'm going to give you 3 questions, and I want you to answer them, you know, genuinely, as well as with a little flavor that only Trap J can provide. So, you think you can handle that?
I didn't hear what the rules was, but you're not gonna handle anything. Just you ask the questions, and I knock them down.
All right. After 5 weeks, your Houston Texans trail Jacksonville by 1 game in the AFC South. Do the Houston Texans and their new young gunner, and no, I'm not talking about Chris and Neef. I'm obviously talking about Deshaun Watson. Do they have enough to repeat as AFC South champs?
Right now, the Texans have enough to repeat. Yes, I mean because even with JJ gone last year, they still have number 1 defense. They didn't get as many sacks as they probably would have got if JJ was there. But the problem is now it's going to be rough. Is that you're missing Whitney Merciless as well. So you're not only missing 1 leader, but you're missing 2 leaders. So that puts a lot of pressure on those older guys on the outside, being Kareem Jackson and Jonathan Joseph. So it's gonna be difficult, especially with how great Jacksonville is playing right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, Jacksonville is. You got to remember, y'all took a whooping. The Texans took a whooping in Jacksonville at home in the home opener. They still got to go down to Duval County, and that's not looking great right now. So it's up in the air. If anybody can do it, the Texans can because of their AFC South is not as strong. But with Jacksonville playing the way they're playing right now, it's going to be hard to beat Jacksonville right now. Yeah, as long as Blake Bortles don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, what they found out in Jacksonville is the old New York Giants technique where let's just run the ball all the time and get after the
like 40 years started. Huh?
That's it. Just get after the quarterback and run the ball.
That's it.
Chance.
And they're gonna be a playoff team. Yeah. You know, and you know, we all laughed at the head coach at Jacksonville in the beginning of the year when he was like, how many passes do you want Blake Bortles to throw? And he said, none. I don't want to throw the ball at all. And everybody's like, is he trying to trade him, get rid of him? No, he meant I'm going to run the ball 40 times a game, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and you're going to have to do something about it every time I do. Question number 2, 2nd down. I think Phillip Rivers is the most underappreciated quarterback.
Challenge to say, I'm going to hit you in the mouth. You won't try to hit me in the mouth. We're going to see who wins this battle at the end of the game.
Yeah, for sure. 2nd down. I think Phillip Rivers is the most underappreciated quarterback in the NFL. They got their first win of the year last week in New York. Do you think the Chargers have enough to get the ball turned around in a stacked AFC West?
Is that I don't know, man. Right now, the Chargers are missing so much, man. Phillip is definitely one of the most overrated, if I think if he'd have won the championships like he's supposed to do in the early 2000s, I mean, in the mid 2000s, I think that would have changed a lot of people's perception of him. I know my first year there in 2009, it should have been our championship year, but we had a little issue with the Jets, like a lot of people did that year. When you think about can they turn the boat around? I don't know. Right now they're not built the same way they were to win championships when Marty was there, when Norv was there with a big bruising offensive line, a stout defensive line with a couple pass rushers at the outside linebacker like a Sean Merriman, a Sean Phillips, and safety play of a young Eric Weddle. They don't have that right now. And not to mention the big receivers. Yeah, they have good receivers right now. They don't have the likes of Jackson who went to Tampa Bay, or Malcolm who just retired, or they don't have a young Antonio Gates anymore. Yeah. It's hard, man. You know what? Everybody else is aging except for Phillip. So it's going to be hard to really turn that around. I mean, Phillip can play till he's 40.
Yeah.
You have to understand, Phillip right now is 35 and is not slowing down anytime soon. So Phillip can play till he's 40 years old, but I don't know how much longer he want to lose like this after winning so many games early in your career.
I agree. And I think it's just tough because they got to play the Raiders. They got to play the Chiefs, who are the best team in the NFL. And on top of that, you got to go see Von Miller and the Broncos. So it's rough in that division right now. And it might be for a very long time.
Oh, no question. I mean, when you look at playing that schedule in the AFC West, it's not an easy schedule. I mean, the AFC West right now, I mean, you're looking at Denver team who is still a pretty good team. They got a great defense. You're looking at the Raiders team who's arguably the best young team in the NFL. Then you're looking at the Chiefs team. You got a pissed off classmate of mine in Alex Smith, the 2005 draft pick classmate of mine. Smith that became the first pick that was picked over Aaron Rodgers, and he's showing why. He's going back to showing you why he was that guy back then. So that to me is right now the AFC West. There's nothing like it. There's no competition, and you got to think about it.
All right, third and long. Jerry Jones said no players will kneel on his team because it will disrespect the flag. Any player that did so would be benched, according to him. I truly don't know if that's true or not, but you got to take a man at his word. Why do you think people have a problem with athletes being political, but they don't have that same problem with owners being political while they charge them $12 for a beer? And they also don't have that same problem with politicians getting involved in sports.
It's a double standard. We all know that. It's we know what this league is run by, man. This league is run by a bunch of old white Republicans. And I hate to say it like that, but that's exactly what it is. Yep. If Dak Prescott decides he wants to take a knee, what are they gonna say? Oh, you just a young quarterback. We're gonna bench you. Go ahead. I'm pretty sure a lot of teams are lined up to be to sign Dak Prescott as their quarterback. The Browns will probably be the first team to sign. Because of this, I'm pretty sure a lot of teams will sign up for Ezekiel Elliott to be their running back. Go ahead and trade him. I'm pretty sure DeMarcus Lawrence, their defense end, a lot of people sign up. I'm pretty sure that offensive line, they will trade. The Cleveland Browns will trade everybody except for you should never be put and backed up against a corner by anybody. I think, today I heard somebody saying, oh, well, they're on their time and their dollar, so they can tell them what to do. All right, well, how about this? The president and the vice president is on our time and on our. That's a crime in a lot of places. Basically, you stole my money. You stole my tax dollars and decided you was going to do what you want to do with it. You want to sit there and continue to cause a divide in this country by pitting white against black, Democrats against Republicans, the right against. out that, you know, Jerry Jones, I've respected him for a long time in this league. I think Jerry Jones lost a lot of points in my book, you know, as a man and as a person and as somebody who's supposed to be the leader of men. I think because you shouldn't never tell nobody anything like that. Wanting equality, the message of just wanting our citizens to be treated fairly and equally and not beaten, not abused, not killed in the streets on a daily basis. The fact that they have hijacked that message, even when the man said from the beginning, it is not about the troops, it is not about this, it's about police brutality and equality for my city. And he spoke on it so eloquently, but they give you your opinion so they can put new thoughts in your head. And that's what I have a problem with, is that we got a lot of people in this world that's real dumb in order and continue to think that this is right. This is or think it's a message that it's not even about. We say, oh, he's marching in the middle of the road. That's not what he was doing. He was protesting the, you know what I mean? When you sit there and say everything, I mean, if you eat at Burger King, you ain't protesting McDonald's. It's just your choice.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. That aren't being supportive, and I think the NFL in the first place, they drop. I mean, the players, not the NFL, the players, we dropped the ball because this is the perfect opportunity. If we would have backed Colin Kaepernick from last year and backed him this year before we got backed in the corner by Don, we lost in that CBA.
The thing that's crazy to me is that if the message is about, you know, protesting the flag, why wouldn't everybody take the flag sticker off the back of their helmet?
Exactly.
It's just the message just gets so lost because people will listen to whatever they think is right, no matter what the facts say, and that's probably America. But I just want to thank you for your time today, man. We're gonna get this going. I appreciate you. You know,
man, I appreciate you, brother.
It's always good looking into the DeLorean, seeing what I'm gonna look like. So I appreciate you for your time. This has been FanCom TV, and thank you, Trap J, for coming and joining us today.
Go ahead.
Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, brother.
If we need to redo anything, I'll have Lauren tell you.
Just have Lauren call me or just call me.
All right, bet.
All right, bet.
All right, peace.